Welcome to Bot 369 Poker University. If you're diving into the world of large field and low-stakes poker tournaments, whether live or online, you've likely encountered players with unconventional strategies. The key to success? Identifying and exploiting weaker players. Today's video is all about mastering your approach to open limpers in the early, deep stack stages of a tournament. Let's build those big stacks and make deeper runs together. If you play large field and/or low-stakes tournaments live or online, you know that there are plenty of players with unorthodox strategies. The easiest and most profitable way to maneuver through those fields is to recognize the weaker players and their mistakes that you can exploit. One common trait amongst weak players is that they open limp. Targeting these weak players and taking their chips will help you build bigger stacks and make more deep runs. How to react to limpers, specifically in the early, deep stack stages of a tournament, will be the focus of today's video. Because not every situation is the same in poker, you need to navigate in which situation you are in now. To help you with this, you should ask yourself some questions when you are facing a limp in an early stage of a tournament where you play deep stacked. Ask yourself, who is limping and what are their tendencies? Are they a loose recreational player who's limping the half of the time? Are they limp folding sometimes and calling too often post-flop? Or is it a tight player who's limping only 10% and limp raises a lot of? Or is a player that you can rank between those types? Our range will be different based on which type of player we are attacking, especially when there is only a single limper. Against a loose recreational player, I raise more hands, knowing that there are enough of garbage hands in their range. But if it's a tight player who only plays strong hands and might be looking to re-raise, we need to be more cautious and tighten our range. Second question to ask yourself is, what is your position? For example, we face a limp from the player under the gun. We are going to be able to raise a much wider range from the cutoff and button than we would from earlier positions like under the gun. This is because there are fewer players behind us to worry about. The next question should then also be, who is behind us to act, and what type of players are they? And are there players in this hand playing between us and the button who are going to make it difficult for us, whether that be pre-flop or post-flop? If the players behind us are passive and unlikely to 3-bet us wide, we can raise a wider range than if there are loose aggressive players behind us who will often raise or call our raise. The last question will be, what hand do we have? While we can attack limps with any two cards, we do want to set ourselves up to be able to win big pots post-flop and win at showdown sometimes. For this reason, we must factor in our actual holdings in these situations. Those holdings consist premium hands, pocket pairs, suited aces, suited broadways, some offsuit broadways, some suited kings, some suited connectors and suited gappers. That will be your loose range, that you tighten up depending on the answers of your previous questions. As a bonus, I want to advise you which size of our raise should be when facing a limp. The idea is that we're trying to find the maximum amount our opponent is willing call. Having a little fold equity preflop is not a bad thing. If they want a limp fold to our raises, then that's okay. But finding the maximum amount that they will call is optimal, because we're playing with the thought that we are entering a profitable situation on the flop, playing in position against after isolating the limper. Therefore, we want to have as much money in the pot as possible. There will be situations where we face one or more limps and we are in the blinds. When this happens, we should raise a more value-heavy range and add 2 or 3 big blinds to our raise size. Learning how to beat the weak players at the table for more money is a way to maximize your win rate at the early stages of tournaments. And by building stacks early on, you'll be in better position to advance to later tournament stages like the bubble, in the money, and final table. Thanks for tuning in to Bot 369 Poker University. Remember, exploiting weak players and making the most of your early stage opportunities is crucial for your tournament success. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips and strategies. Keep practicing, stay sharp, and I'll see you at the final table.